Hey everybody, welcome back to Starfyre Gaming. I am Sir Joseph, and this is episode 75 of our Let's Play Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. We came into this area looking for the demon, and we got trapped in this laboratory from Areelu's old laboratory. So we're trying to figure a way to get out of it. And so we've had our progress stopped by some swirly musical lights, so we didn't go through that. And then there have been a few doors like this one here that are covered in this black misty shroud that we are avoiding for now as well. And with that, we're going to start going forward, trying to figure a way out. So we can see we have some permanent strength damage. Well, it says it can be a lesser restoration, so let's...
Rely on me.
Oh wait, I think
I tire of waiting.
Joseph just has the lesser... Yep, got our own lesser restoration.
Magritium Turinos.
So we will heal that up. There we go. Alright. We look at the map here. We've pretty much explored everything. There was that dark mist here. And then we got this room here. So we're going to go into this room here. The chaos does not look like the result of anything as deliberate as combat Wow, I can read. The chaos does not look like the result of anything as deliberate as controlled as a search. It is more simply that there was a fight here, or that everything was simply smashed. Pick the lock.
I finished here. Is there more?
Come on, mouse. Do your thing. There we go. Alright, so we've explored this room. Let's do this door.
Let us be off.
Together we stand.
A magical crossbow. Take a look at that. Thundering burst +2. So thundering deals a d6 sonic, and a thundering burst, this is a d10. Yep, it's ×2 weapons, so it gets the d10, not the 2 or 3 d10. So not a bad weapon, but my archers prefer their longbows. Another one of these crystals we can't read.
Let's move.
Crystals. There's that projector at the top that has crystals. Maybe that'll give us a clue on how to get through this dark, weavy stuff, or possibly even, and there's this secret door here, or even through the notes thing. Alright, got another room. Looks like a note. The commander and his army walk up the high bank of the West Selen River, where it draws near the border of the World Wound. The soldiers' feet halt unbidden. On the other bank rises a series of cliffs, too regular in shape to have been formed by wind or water. The sky hangs over their sharp edges and sickening bends, the shade of mercury on the horizon rising to the dirty rust. As it arches above soldiers' heads, it regains its familiar azure hue. you, not do. A kukri. A shock flaming corrosive cold iron kukri. Wow, that sounds pretty impressive. I don't have any kukri users here in this party, but maybe one of the guys that are back at the castle can use it. Let's see, D6 shock, D6 flame, D6 corrosive, cold iron plus 3. A nice weapon, that's for dang sure. Well, hold on. It's better than what she's using. The plus 3 radiant. Lands a hit. DC 20 or become blinded for a D4 turns. This does more damage, has a higher crit range. It has considerably more damage. I think it's worth it. Oh, we got a piece of letter. A piece of letter. Wow, a piece of paper with an old letter. The letters written on this decrepit this decrepit paper are Sarkorian. Greetings, brothers and sisters in magic. If this message has fallen into your hands, then you, like me, practice arcane magic, disregarding the unjust and ruthless laws of our homeland. Nature has bestowed upon you a gift, allowing you to perform beautiful and wonderful deeds, which are rewarded only with persecution and suppression. Far too many innocent, talented people have been forced to hide like criminals, to live in fear and shield themselves with lies. Brothers and sisters, we have lived for too long under the yoke of outdated and misguided tradition. Enough is enough. The time for rebellion is now. The hour of our resistance has come. Let us rally our ranks, bolster the courage of our hearts, and speak out. Our voices must be heard. Are you not tired of living in fear, of jumping at every rustle in the night? It doesn't have to be this way. Together we can make the elders reckon with us. Together we can put an end to their tyrannical rule over us. Let them accept us and see us as people. Or if they try to subdue us by force, as before, let them prepare to feel our pushback. We will force them to overturn their meaningless, superstitious ban on arcane magic. We will make them see us as people, not as evil witches. We will destroy the cursed prison of Threshold and set free the innocents within. Together within, doomed to wretched and unjust imprisonment. We will save Sarkoris, but only together. I therefore urge anyone and everyone for whom freedom is worth rebelling and fighting for to join our alliance. Your brother in magic, Opan. The room has more life to it than the other chambers in the lab, but even here, rationality wins out over comfort. Alright, well, let's go back up top. See if we can stick these crystals into that projector. That leads to the heart of the laboratory, and this leads back up. Right? Yep, alright, that's where we want to go. Looks like the same thing that was before. Let's touch crystal, see if it changes anything.
Day 16. Abadius
It did not.
4662. Experiment transformation. Subject young male, half fiend. Objective to study the properties of hybrid souls. Desired result to see the same results that were previously achieved on full-fledged demons. Suture, bring me one more crystal. I believe I'm almost there.
Well, that did not do anything for us. All right. Let's go through the musical band, I guess. Just do it and hope nothing bad happens to us.
Follow me.
Yeah, the musical band is right here. It's gone. Cool. Well, we got an open door and a thingy, and then the heart of the laboratory. Okay. Let's read the thingy, and then we'll go in there. The cave-in looks like it happened a long time ago. The rocks and rubble have been compressed almost into a single mass. Got a drowsy dwarf, an old crusader, and an exhausted elf, and a tortured angel. Looks like he's got half a bat wing and half an angel wing. Behind the barrier, frozen in what excuse me. Behind the barrier, frozen in what seems like a weakly glowing liquid or a magical glimmer, is a woman with long silvery hair. At her back, you see a single white wing and some kind of dark, broken shadow. Haggard figures huddled around the woman. A dwarf in a ragged robe scarcely notices you. He sits on the floor, running his fingers over the leaves of a plant that is growing between the slabs, like one would normally stroke a beloved cat or dog. Next to him is an unmoving figure of an elf who is covered in scars and doesn't take his eyes off of you. The third member of the group is an old man, wow, with a long, scraggly beard who is dressed in old armor. He turns quickly to face you, brandishing a rusty sword. Who are you? Another conniving wretch who serves the traitor? Don't come any closer. I came here with the blessing of the Herald of Iomede the Lightbringer. I am seeking the angel Targona. The old man drops his sword in shock. Can this really be a sign from the goddess? The one I've been waiting for? You must be seeking our protectress. We don't know her name, but there is no other angel in this repulsive dungeon. The elf, who's been silent up to now, stands up and says, So you're the foolhardy soul who's ended up in here. Who are you? We're the only survivors. The only ones apart from the monsters and demons, I mean. The old fellow was a crusader. He ended up here accidentally around 20 years ago. He camped out in the ruins of the house, found the magic door, and came through it. But, of course, he couldn't get out again. I'm one of the last who have been brought here by Areelu herself. She literally dragged me out of the demon's jaws, and I don't even know what she wanted me for. She kept me in a magical sleep most of the time, and then she lost interest in the laboratory. And the druid? That one making friends with the plant and the roots? He's been here since the very beginning. I think he's from Sarkoris, but he's half mad and wasn't a talker even back when I first met him, so we don't know his name or any other details about him. He grows food for us, and he doesn't talk. He's the best neighbor you could hope for, the elf chuckles bitterly. Areelu left people alive down here? She just abandoned the place? That's right. She opened the cages and sealed the way out from the outside. What else were you expecting from the architect of the world wound? Compassion and mercy? Sometimes I think that leaving us here was just another one of her experiments, and we're just rats in the maze. So you've tried to get out of here. Countless times, by whatever means we could think of. Nothing worked. Maybe if we'd had a powerful cleric or spellcaster among us. Then again, seems unlikely if Areelu imprisoned an actual angel down here so easily, doesn't it? The elf nods towards the unmoving winged woman. We can't even explore the whole laboratory. Some of the passages are blocked by barriers that only let demons through. Have you survived all this? How have you survived all this time? With difficulty. There were more of us before, subjects of Areelu's experiments, mortals and demons and other abominations. When she left, we were all freed. It was chaos. The demons killed everyone they could. Then they turned on each other. The mortals who survived set up a base here. The druid grew food for us. The others kept the demons at bay and tried to find a way out. New arrivals would appear rarely, unlucky travelers or reckless adventurers who ended up here by accident. As you can see, we're the only ones who survived. Point at the angel. What's wrong with her? We found her like this, and we couldn't break through the barrier. She must be sleeping, or at least immobilized. We call her the Protectress. A priest from Brevoy came up with that name. He used to be one of our brotherhood here, until the demons got him about 7 years back. We call her the Protectress because the angel's aura, even caged, protects us from the demons. This place is still crawling with them, and we try not to stray too far from her. She is what's keeping us alive now. Can you tell me anything useful about this place? It might just be wishful thinking, but I guess that there is some way to get through those barriers blocking us. We've tested them so many times, they only allow full-blooded demons to pass through them. Except, the barriers were here long before Areelu abandoned the lab, which means that she was able to walk through them somehow. Maybe she had a key that we can look for. Who knows? There's one more thing. I've heard the demons, the sentient ones, mentioning something called the Lexicon of Paradox. I don't know what it is, but they talked about it like it was an artifact of some kind, a relic. In other words, something valuable. So it's possible that it could help us get out of here. But I don't have the slightest idea what it is or where to look for it. Well, I'm not going to sit around here doing nothing. We've got to get out of this place. Alright, let's explore this room.
March on.
Right. Scrolls. Grasp the druid. Let's see if we can talk to the angel. The angel is surrounded by a powerful magical barrier. Perhaps there is something in the laboratory that can destroy it. Alright. Well, let's go to the heart of the laboratory. The fog enveloping you seems at once as thick as soup, yet almost transparent. Strange silhouettes emerge in the fog. You blink and you see someone standing next to you. Blink again, and there's no one there. Voices can be heard in the fog, young and old, men and women, loud and barely audible. They say disconnected phrases, but not in unison. One voice may start a word, then another finishes it. Closer, closer, come this way. With us you want to be. Why aren't you coming? Why can't we see you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Silence stretches for a few moments. Who are we? Who am I? 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 What are you doing to us? Why don't you open up? Wrong! Wrong! Alright, get out of the fog. Be gone, illusion! Power roils within you, bursting free, piercing through the eerie fog and hustling and hurtling forward to the source of it, and slams into it. You hear howl of many voices, then the fog dissipates and the voices subside. What the hell? Oh, and I'm all by myself. And there's no way out. Wow, a long skinny map. Brother, is it going to be much longer? Feels like my whole body's asleep. One more minute, Trevor, and your torment will be over. How many years have I been asking you to sit for a portrait? 5? 10? Is that Soziel? That must be Soziel and his brother. The vision dissipates. Soziel smiles sadly. It was just an illusion, but such a pleasant one. What was that? Some kind of demonic attack? Demons are skilled at prying into our souls, you know. They don't have to look very deeply into mine. I can't help but think of my brother, especially in a terrible place like this. They specifically extracted a dream, I suppose? My dearest wish? Ready to move on? Of course. We need to find the others. I don't like encountering illusions in this place, and not everyone has the fortitude to view with clear eyes. Sela, how many times do I have to tell you? Slow down. With you, it's always act first, think later. I'm not doing it on purpose, Asamil. I swear. I know you're not doing it on purpose. I know. So now, let's try that move again. Sela's dark eyes are filled with tears. She blinks them away. Sela, are you all right? Everything was different for a moment. My life was different, as if Asami, the paladin who died because of me, was still alive. She trained me and we traveled all over, and so much happened. Sela grits her teeth. It was an illusion. Let's just drop it. Are you ready to keep going? I'm always ready. Come this way. With me, you won't be alone. Course set ready for Pearl Bay. Have anchor. Raise the sails. If you want to eat your dinner under palm trees on solid ground, we'd better get a move on, lads. Aye, aye, Captain Lan. Aye, Captain Lan. Arr, Captain Lan. The illusion vanishes. Lan shakes his head in amazement. Then, with a mixture of shame and irritation, he bursts out, What the hell was that? Where'd it come from? Why? What was that? Lan frowns, then drops his head and mutters, My mom told me all kinds of stories when I was a kid. You know, about pirates and the like. One time, all three of us even played pirates together. Me, my mom, and my dad. I was the captain. Stupid, I know. Truth is, I've never even seen the sea. This place is foul, and the visions in it are foul, too. Are you ready to move on? You bet I am. Lan breathes a sigh of relief. I think we're almost to the end. Greatest scientist in all of Golorian, your addendum 120 to volume 5 of the encyclopedia has caused a fervor across all the scholarly forums of Absalon. I am delighted to observe your scientific work. When can we expect your next publication? Very soon, by the end of the year at the latest. I am making corrections to my 6th and 18th addendum to the 3rd volume of the encyclopedia, and then I plan to rewrite the 1st volume in its entirety. I already have a slew of revisions I wish to make. The vision dissipates. Hey, wait! My Mr. Journalist! Where did you go? My corrections! Nenio looks over at you. To the articles, and the addendums, and the paragraphs, she sighs. In your visions, it seems that your work on the encyclopedia goes on forever. What a preposterous notion! And it's not even true. I'm writing the encyclopedia for all of Golorian. For the students who will follow my footsteps, for the professors who have limited opportunities to conduct their own experiments. I simply must finish it and get it publicized. Tinkering with it forever, adding more and more, that would be purest vanity. Not like that at all. Are you ready to move on? Yes, just a moment. I need to get rid of this ridiculous memory. She wrinkles her nose, rubs her hands over her forehead, and loudly exhales. Done! I'm ready to go. Come to think of it, what am I doing in here? Oh yes, I'm following the boy. Heh. Nenio. And Areelu. Your eyes, Joseph Starfyre. I always see a light in them. In this is the inner strength, or perhaps the spark of your soul. Share this with me. I want to possess you, to own you. The vision fades to black, and Areelu covers her face in horror. No, I don't want that. I don't want to want that. Such interesting fantasies you have. Please don't. I know I'm a monster. I pray that I can keep myself in check. It's just this place. It would wake the demon in anyone, even a mortal. Are you ready to move on? Yes, I am almost certain that a demon is creating these illusions. A very strange and powerful demon. We have to find them. In the heart of the laboratory. Enemies in my home? I won't let you pass the threshold. My queen, I shall save you from the beast. The prey has fallen right into my lap. I will kill you. My name will be on everyone's lips.
I refuse to accept their statement. I will resist.
Ow! Ow!
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Oh, hit the Minotaur. Hit the wrong person. Let's go ahead and throw a buff or two out.
Forward! You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Okay, doesn't look like this
Mind
is
over muscle.
quite as tough as I thought it was going to be.
Prepare yourself.
I'm wounded.
Of course.
The light take you.
Beneath the top layer of the quivering red mass, you can make out the features of various demons. An eyeless Lilitu opens its mouth in a silent scream. A painted eye wriggles its multi-jointed limbs, broken tails and wings trembling. All of it is connected, fused into a single whole, and this whole twitches convulsively as you approach. You hear voices, the same ones that called you into the fog. I wane, I dwindle, I grasp for breath. What are you? Now, nothing. You killed, ruined. But you, who are you? The voices are unleashed in a drawn-out shriek like a death cry. Now you can be at peace. The voice in your head subsides. An unpleasant sensation of an alien presence also disappears. Alright, well, we got a little bit of healing up to do. I know we heal up 6 hit points every couple of seconds. So we're just going to kind of sit here for a little bit to heal up. Save our stuff because we're stuck in here. We need to save our resources that we do have just in case we need them. So I'm just going to let Joseph heal up through the 6 hit point heal per turn. I understand it's going to take a little bit of time, but it's better to save our resources. So I don't know if you guys have seen Jungle Cruise movie. I watched it the other day. Thought it was quite humorous. Dwayne Johnson tells lots of bad dad jokes. All basically like the Jungle Cruise ride in Disneyland. Like, you know, he's talking about going into headhunter territory, and he says that's a terrible place to be headed. Huh? I like them. I love bad puns. If you know any good bad puns, put them down below in the comments. That would be fun. Let's see. One of them, he said, you know, I used to date a girl who was cross-eyed, but it didn't work out because, you know, we never saw eye to eye. And I thought she was seeing somebody on the side. So, just a couple of jokes there while we were waiting for some time. Let's go ahead and do some looting. So we're over here now, okay. This looks particularly gruesome.
This experiment has gone awry.
And we failed. What did we need? Needed a 6 and rolled a 4. there's that demon portal. Before you is some kind of magical device. It looks old and broken. A large, oddly shaped crystal is wedged tightly in the slot.
Day 4. Frost, 4632. Experiment, wounded demons. Subject, a Lilitu and several lesser demons maimed in battle with crusaders. The fusing of body parts of different life forms has been done many times before, and is of no interest to me. The focus of this experiment is the fusing of souls. Desired result, to preserve the specific abilities of the donor subjects in the final fused entity. The idea is promising, and may influence my other research.
Well, that was relatively odd. Well, I guess we try to go through the black fog. I mean, we got nothing else here. So have to come back to here, so... Oh no, stupid creature. He forgot. He clean forgot. We have barriers to the abyss in this place. Demons can cross them, but others can't. Clever. But you can get through if you have the key. Here, take it. Key to the abyss barriers. Key to the barrier has been found. It is possible to set the captured angel free. Well, let's go. Can we go back? The barrier surrounding the frozen demon shimmers discordantly. Examine the barrier. Nino, you needed a 4. Destroy the barrier. You see a beautiful silver-haired woman whose face displays unusual heavenly tranquility. Now you can get a good look at her wings. One looks strong and is covered in white feathers, just as you would expect from an angel. But the other wing, it looks like a framework of mismatched bones and a grimly purple substance stretched across instead of webbing. And it is covered in something akin to scabs or strange scales. The angel wakens and unexpectedly inclines her head in greeting. I do not know who you are, stranger, but thank you for freeing me. I am Targona, blade of Iomedes' heavenly host. My captivity, though I was ignorant of it, lasted so long. How did you end up here? I was brought here from the brink of death. I had been fighting the Balar Darazand alongside a troop of crusaders when we were struck by the Echo of Discari, a demon of terrifying power and cunning, and an old enemy of mine. All my comrades perished, and the 2 demons set upon me like predators savaging a bird. The Echo ripped off my wing and left me to die among the bodies of those I failed to protect. And then she appeared, the architect of the world wound. The angel's gaze darkens. Sometimes I am amazed at the vast power, terrifying or benevolent, that can reside in a mortal. However, Areelu is no longer mortal. She brought me here. She treated me as much as she could, or as much as she deemed necessary. I can hardly remember those first days in the laboratory. Pain, strange magic, purple flames flickering around me. Areelu spent hours casting spells over me. I was chained the whole time, though I was too weak to fight or flee. There was nothing else for me to do but to talk to her and try to glimpse inside that black soul. I don't know what I hoped to find there. Perhaps the smallest glimmer of light, hope that all this could be remedied. All I saw was twilight, a veil of arrogance and secrets that Areelu used to keep herself separate from the world. Her thoughts were occupied by some grand experiment. I was of little interest by comparison. When she had finished her work, she put me in a deep sleep. A healing sleep, she said. It was necessary to allow my new, abominable wing to settle in. I have been in that sleep until now. What grand experiment was Areelu planning when she captured you? She wanted to perfect her accursed wound, the second opening, as she called it. The rift was to be larger and more stable, opening a road to Golarion from new abyssal realms. What shocked me was that she talked about the disastrous consequences of her plan with total equanimity, as though they were minor details that were but a distraction from the experiment itself. I also know that her experiment required a mortal soul, perhaps as a sacrifice in some dark rite that would siphon the mortal's life force and use it for perverse ends. I heard, or rather pieced together from what I overheard, that the soul belonged to a child. Areelu, like many demons and demonic spellcasters, have the ability to wrest souls from their bodies and contain them in special vessels. The vessel containing that soul was delivered to the laboratory soon after I was brought here. Areelu was unusually distressed that day. She talked to me more than usual. That's when I learned the details of her plan. I was aghast when I realized that she was discussing the soul of a child, a soul that she likely wished to sacrifice. I cannot describe the horror I felt. What's wrong with your wing? It is the work of Areelu. The wing is fully functional. Its creator isn't known as the architect for nothing, but it frightens me. There is more of the abyss in this wing than in the eyes of an enraged Baller. My lady, I am a humble cleric, and it is likely beyond my power to heal the heinous injury that was done to you. But I could not look at how they desecrated your perfect beauty and not say something. Please allow me to try at least to repair it. The angel only smiles sadly in response. You have a pure heart and good intentions, but what was done to me is beyond the power of even angels to undo. Ballers with the abyss in their eyes? How unscientific. I would have been pleased if she'd sent me anything at all. Finian's voice trembles. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that this happened to her. It's terrible. She should have never been. No living creature should ever have to endure like that. Or should ever be treated like that. Alright. Why didn't you get out of here or summon the warriors of heaven to help you? Even the goddess cannot hear me within these walls. This place, it belongs to the abyss, not the material plane. I could not call for help, only pray for a miracle. Perhaps your arrival is the answer to that prayer. I know what it's like being cut off from everything you know, from everything that makes you who you are, whispers Areelu. The angel's gaze stops on the succubus, and flame bursts up in her eyes. Demon! Weren't you one of my captors? The succubus instinctively bares her teeth in response and hisses threateningly. Her claws grow long, and suddenly you see the old Areelu, the fearsome demon of the abyss. After a momentary standoff in complete silence, the angel suddenly holds her hand up and the wrathful glow in her eyes goes out. I can tell by your eyes that you know who she is and that you do not consider her an enemy. Forgive me, I spent too long slumbering and my self-control is diminished. I should not have been so hasty to deem your companion an enemy. Can you tell me anything about this place? I only know a little. Areelu once let it slip that this refuge is where she wrote the Lexicon of Paradox, the book of dark magic containing the secrets of the world wound's creation. That means the place is older than the wound itself. Areelu must have created it, or at least part of it, before her great atrocity. I was astonished at the strange way she seemed to speak of this laboratory. It was as if she despised this place, yet she tried not to show it. There was a moment when I wondered if this hatred was a sign of her contrition, but I was mistaken. Areelu Vorlesh is incapable of feeling contrite, even for a heartbeat. She is like a tempest, hurtling toward and sweeping aside everything in its path. I came here for you, Torgona. The hand of the Inheritor and I were able to find you. The angel's eyes brighten. Then I have not been forgotten. I have so much I want to ask you, but that can wait. First, we must find a way out of this dungeon of grief. I have to go. I need to find a way out of here. May the power of heaven go with you. If only I could help, but my strength has been drained. Alright. So, we can go back the way we can go back down here. Or we can go back to the old wing and go through those other dark places. Because we got the key, we can get through the dark places. Let's go back to the old wing. That's what we're gonna do. Finish clearing out that level before we... they're actually one and the same. Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Onwards.
I thought there was 2 doors that were covered in the black darkness down here. Yes, there's that one and that one. Let's go through this one.
Let us be off.
Big battles. This thing looks nasty. This is the one I think we should. This
Desna, guide my hand.
Well, she got beat up, so I guess it's not as bad as it could have been.
You won't survive me.
Wow, Lan, that was about as terrible as you could get.
Begone, fiend!
I'll remove this obstacle.
Into the fray.
Missed on a 5. Holy smokes.
We won't falter.
Oh my goodness.
Make your peace.
You've got to be kidding me. There we go. That was crazy, those rolls.
Endure this!
And those two, evidently.
Fall!
You should have listened to reason.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Strike with all your might!
I will resist!
Concealment, missing on 8s, concealment. Missing on 6s. Holy smokes, this is crazy.
Make every strike count! I will bring down the divine wrath!
You're irrelevant.
No glory without risk!
Got back up. Alright, looks a little bit tougher than...
You've crossed the wrong mongrel. Eternal Rose, I call upon you!
Esmu, Ax, yes.
We can do it!
Prepare yourself!
You won't survive me.
There we go.
I will help where I can.
Alright, potion time. Again, need to save spells for in-battle healing. I think these are magic, because this is a lot of drinking. Have a full stomach after a little bit of this. Alright, do a little loot. Bunch of masterwork scimitars. Glad she went down quick.
Let's move.
Ooh, lock kicker's pick. Wow. Whew. Lock picker's kit 2. And a magical breastplate. White dragon. Well, first thing, we need to go to her. That goes in her belt. Let's look at this breastplate. +4 breastplate. Let's see. White Dragon Breastplate grants the bearer a cold aura and resistance of 30. The breastplate can be worn by druids. Cold aura. All creatures within 5 foot of this creature take 2d6 points of cold damage at the beginning of its turn. That is not something we're going to put on.
Follow me.
Alright, now let's go check out this door.
March on. Onwards.
Where are we at here? Right there. Alright, well, looking at the clock, it is right about that hour time. So let's call it here, and we'll pick up next time. Thanks again for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe. Hit the like button. Tell me things. Tell me good jokes if you got them. I like jokes. Anyways, again, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. I have been Sir Joseph. You guys have been awesome. Till next time, stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you later.